Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I dive into this lesson, I'd like to give our honor and our glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Wakwakadash, double honor to the great master and elder apostle of the teacher will, and for the sincere Akim that's out there pushing this truth and sincerity, keep doing so, and for the sincere Akwathium that's out there roasting their husband, being a pillar of rest, keep doing so, okay? All right? And a hopeful shalom to the hopeful elected scattered abroad, okay? So this article is going over. We going over this article, something that was posted February the 3rd, 2021, and it says U.S. Admiral warns of real possibility of nuclear war with Russia and China. Okay, hey man, these scriptures, man, that we about to go into, man, hey, the kings of the East right here, and it says the admiral whose heads the U.S. Strategic Command, which is responsible for nuclear deterrence, is calling on the nation's military civilian leaders to seek new ways to face threats in China and Russia, including the real possibility of nuclear conflict. Admiral Charles Richard warned that Moscow and Beijing have begun aggressively challenge international norms in ways not seen since the height of the Cold War. There is a possibility that a regional crisis with Russia or China could escalate quickly to a conflict involving nuclear weapons if they perceive a conventional loss would therein the regimen or state, he wrote in the February issue of Proceedings, the U.S. Naval Institute monthly magazine. Consequently, the U.S. military must shift its principal assumption from nuclear employment. If not, is not possible to nuclear employment is a very real possibility. Act to meet and deter that reality. Okay, so even though this article is old, but hey man, this is gonna become a reality soon. They know what's gonna happen. These elites. Ultimately the Most High is in control of this, because why? This is the Most High's movie, but America is going to get destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. It's going to get destroyed by, Russia and China. Okay. So you go into the scriptures, Kings of the East. Like you bear with me. Gotta go to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1 through 2. And it says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, and the chief priests of Meshech and Tubal." Okay, so hey, the Magog is the Russians. Okay, the Magog is the Russians. All right. And it says, "I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all clothed with all sorts of armor, even great companies with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords." This is talking about the Most High in control of these soldiers, and basically having them go to war. And it says, "Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with the shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands in the house of Targamah at our north quarters and his bands, and many people with thee." Bear with me, I'm trying to go into the scripture. So like you bear with me. Kings of the East, they is talking about Russia, and the kings of the East is basically the kings that's east of China. I mean, that's east of Israel, and that's China and Russia. Okay, but I'm trying to find this scripture. Bear with me. I'm gonna get Isaiah chapter 13. Okay, and it says Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 16 through 19, and it says, their children shall also be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver as for gold, and they shall not delight in it. Okay, so, hey, who are the Medes? The Medes are your Russians, okay? Your Russians, gonna be not gonna regard silver as for gold, as and they don't want no money in the day of wrath. They want blood. Okay. Along with these Iranians, the Chinese, they gonna take a part in destroying America. And it says their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, and their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so hey, the Lord finna literally destroy America using these two countries mostly, and Iran is gonna be part of that too. Destroying America. Then America's allies gonna go and turn around and shoot their bows at America. One of them bows, the modern day ICBM missiles. Okay. And it says in verse 21, I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, it shall not be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of dull creatures. Owls shall dwell there, and satyrs also shall dance there. All the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Okay, so, hey, the Lord is literally finna make this place a whole desert, make it desolate. That's why it says her days shall not be prolonged. That's why it just came out with this article. China is now backing Russia after Putin warns they will regret crossing the red line. America is crossing the red line against Russia, okay? Because you're going to, Slaki, bear with me. Revelation chapter 11. And it says, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 13 through 14. And it says, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake were slain men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the God of heaven. That's talking about, that same earthquake, that same hour was there earthquake, great earthquake. That's talking about, it's talking about the thermonuclear destruction, And it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. World War I, World War II happened, and World War III is going to happen sooner or later. Okay, let's get Revelation. I think 18. So like, I can't find no more scriptures, but Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I'd like to give our honor and our glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kwakadash, that by us to great minister of the apostles will teach and will. And for the sincere Akim that's out there pushing the truth and sincerity, keep doing so. Till next time, till next video. Shalom, Kwame Yasharala, Abba.